City of Shadows is a megagame about crime, corruption, and weird science. Inspired by pulp comics of the 1930s, the game sees players representing gangsters, police, vigilantes, weird scientists, and city officials. As a gritty, hard-boiled gangland war for territory and status rages through the streets, the police attempt to tread the fine line between survival, pragmatism, and being seen as actually doing something about the menace of organised crime. Meanwhile, in City Hall, the mayor and his staff have to coordinate with police headquarters whilst worrying about upcoming elections. On top of this, they have to ensure they retain enough control over the streets that the feds aren't called in to sort it out, which could mess up the delicate balance of power in the city. Elsewhere, scientists of great genius seek progress at any cost, and vigilantes stalk the shadows attempting to take matters into their own hands. But are these mysterious characters heroes or just unhinged public menaces? The big city is a place of conflict, negotiation, and business, and over the next 6 hours it will be decided who will come out on top and who might not come out alive. As the game begins, the 6 major gangs of the city make plans to expand their influence and control, as both local police and City Hall consider their strategies.
So we should have science tech, money, monsters. Yes, we need to get rid of that vigilante as well. If we get some money, then maybe we can do it live. There's enough money.
No, she's not live. I mean, how's it worked out down in the brewery?
An absolute standoff.
We need some monsters in there. Can you? What? Alongside firefighting fence?
Well, it's a muscle, I think. I think we could start an indirect one. So the men of science want the scientific equipment they think is in there. If we get them in there and say you're going to have to beat up the police first,
sure,
and see what happens.
Okay. We might take sort of a line across that way. We want to kind of funnel in this direction. I mean, we could do that. There is a bank, so we can go that way. I quite like the idea of trying to funnel towards the other game.
And also these are all tasty, juicy level for the area.
Exactly. I think we want to encourage them to go that way because the other games can kind of be the same.
We generally don't want to pay more money than we want to. It's like bare minimum, but make them look like we're generous.
So they want to build a church.
They want to build a church.
Does anyone else have any?
I've had no requests from.
Do we know where the cops are advocating there?
There's meant to be some kind of disagreement going on between the 2 northern ones. I want to avoid crushing them yet because they came to me first. What I've said to the police commissioner is generally the first one that pops their head above the water level, we're just going to go bam and then smack them down.
Yeah.
Come down hard on the first one and be like, this is what happens if you're silly, so to speak. We're fine with the crime as long as we don't see it.
Meanwhile, some more shadowy elements of society are also beginning to stir.
Just a normal citizen, as you can see by my completely normal glasses, but I've heard that Captain Freedom is going to be working really hard to fight the corruption in the police force. It's so corrupt, there's gangs all over the city. It's not the gang's fault, it's because the police aren't good enough. So I think the police commissioner is doing a dreadful job, and it is my aim the entire day to get him out of office and get someone good in. Sorry, Captain Freedom's aim, not mine. Don't know who Captain Freedom is. That would be so cool to meet her.
They're trying to work out which of the scientific inventions and wonders would be most beneficial for the city.
All of them. We're just thinking about the order.
Yeah, which one is first? Yeah, my young son here, Werner. Yeah, he loves dinosaurs. So, it's possible dinosaurs must return. Were they ever really gone? Who knows about this kind of thing?
The confusion ray. This is going to be the coolest thing.
It takes ages to make them, so we might want to do these quick.
It isn't long before the different elements of the city start to cooperate and conflict in attempts to make gains and strike at old enemies.
Basically, I have one of these. It counts as plus 7 points, which I understand is good, and it can be deployed for free. So if you ever have
One shot?
no, once per turn.
That's per turn.
So if you ever have any science,
There's all sorts of good and wonderful shit I can sell you, but funds and science cards are needed. If you have any science cards, those are tremendously useful. If you have any funds, which I'm guessing you do, you're a man of commerce, then that's special. Without funds, I can't produce anything.
so for now, we don't need you this turn. We might come to you next turn.
Yep. So these blueprints will take a certain amount of time to produce. They've got to ground time for something like 3 or 4 turns. What you want to do is invest now on basis that in 3 or 4 turns you're going to have an 8 in a hole to play against your, the police or the other
said death rays, but that was really just a power transmission experiment that had a slight mishap. It's a great learning process.
If you're in requirement of volunteers to provide field testing expertise.
It is really a case of he who funds the research gets to do the field testing, if you catch my drift.
Of course. Wow.
Can I persuade you to make a contribution?
Captain Freedom, you stated that you want to change some of the with the police forces.
Yes.
Are you going to do that entirely from outside as a vigilante, or are you considering doing it from the inside with a political career?
I think that right now my main job is to work out exactly which areas of the city have the worst police criminals. I mean, if I do such a good job that people think that I should be a police commissioner, for example, well, I'm not to say that I'm willing to do whatever's necessary to root out the corruption.
Elsewhere, the federal representatives in the city are making sure they have their ears to the ground about the local situation.
We think that we may be able to decipher what is there. And so we need you guys to find a scientist we can trust.
We're working on it right now.
But just to be clear, if we find that, we take it.
We want to know what it was.
You will know what it
in our
is.
city.
Absolutely.
We expect it to be communications about it.
You'll know everything. Nobody else but you guys.
No, that's fine. Our precinct, we want to know because it seems to be a hotspot in the city and we want to be prepared for anything that goes down.
I brought this man to you. The papers, unfortunately, spoke to the police first. So I think there's going to be a lot of slanderous stuff said about me in the next paper. But all I was doing was trying to arrest a police officer that wasn't doing his job properly.
So what did so do you think they were working together? Why didn't they take all the information?
The press.
They should be objective and listen to both sides of the story, right?
There are a lot more police there and I'm only one woman.
Violence is quick to kick off, with criminal activities, police raids, vigilante ambushes and scientific experiments going on all over the city.
Strange shadows springs in over the rooftops with a flying bar. Yes. Oh, right. We make it all yes. No, I'm not a jungle. You're just a soldier of some sort. Oh, fine. Equally good. Equivalent. Yeah. Managed to hold our area quite successfully. We're basically just trying to collect police HQ and City Hall, but we haven't got enough men to do anything else. Right. Okay. And there's quite a lot going on, so we're a bit strapped for resources. Yeah. We're trying to contain the camera. There's not a massive amount we can also do yet. Just so we don't know what they're doing, so we don't know what to crack down.
Amongst all the chaos, the feds also begin pursuing some of their own unique interests.
So this is not only about the city, but about the world in general, right? So there's some looming menaces for the world. So, what we need...
So with battlefield applications. Why did you not lead with this?
So,
that we can do.
Is it something deadly lethal on a large scale that you can produce?
Maestro's currently describing it as the multiple launch rocket vehicle.
Right. But what? Can it destroy a large portion of territory?
Yeah. Normally we have to tune this down in the marketing. I'm confused to have to tune it up.
So this gentleman here is able to negotiate with us and see if we can provide us with some deadly devices, which is something that of course we don't want to have, Hey! Too bad.
Yeah, should we continue this conversation behind closed doors?
Can you just speak with us?
Hello.
Elsewhere, City Hall looks to make some pragmatic connections with the local legitimate businesses.
Charity balls for the Widows and Orphans Fund.
Are you looking for just a place to host that event? Are you looking for us to run it?
We're looking for you to run it, if that could work.
Yes, we're very interested in that.
You would get a sit-down dinner with the mayor.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He just said he'd be happy to organise setting up a charity hall for widows and orphans. And I suggested City Hall, he said no, but he said maybe a museum or an art gallery or something. He didn't seem to want any money. I didn't ask for money. He didn't seem to want it.
If you want to go, boss, sure we can make sure you're safe.
Taking advantage of critical items found scattered across the city, the scientists begin to make great strides towards progress.
The church. I wonder if you considered implementing a traditional bell. What I was going to propose is replacing the bell with some sort of ray which would
encourage those in the surrounding area to attend the church immediately. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Indeed, yes.
Splendid. Now, while my maestro is a genius, there are certain material facts between him and production. Specifically, the little science gizmos that you may have seen dotted around the city.
I think we are currently out of science. But if we do get any science, then I know you're the man to talk to.
I'd be very happy to bolt that onto the bell tower. I think it's an excellent place to put in a pie like that.
Yeah, sounds great.
Could affect the entire city blocks.
We're coming to have a chat as soon as we find out.
You should invest in this technology to open its benefits open to the city as well.
If you can prove with a smaller escapade that you toughen the causes of crime, if you can do something small and prove to us that you have been on our side, and you help strike a gang plan or something like this, then I'm sure we'll talk to you about the grander projects.
My young son is a grand warrior. Okay? He could join some kind of military aid, but all of my mind is bent towards developing the, what would you call it? The time machine.
Actually, I've got a request for you, young son.
Okay.
There is a certain notorious criminal in the area called Captain Freedom. Not only does she cause chaos in the streets, but she writes slanderous things in the press.
See.
If your young son can take her down with your wondrous science, then I'm sure the police would see it as a very good sign that you're tough on crime, and the advanced wireless technology we do have could be a conversation.
Interesting.
Talk to your young son about it. Glad to work with you. You're excellent.
Thank you.
It's not long before the character of the mayor is called into question, shaking the public's perception of City Hall's ability to manage the city.
Evidence of any wrongdoing by our mayor, I would be very interested to see.
I'm going to investigate. I have been law. I've been shutting down.
Is not an alcoholic. I need to stress that the mayor is not an alcoholic.
Now, I don't know what you've been doing here, sitting down while I've been clearing your streets. Why do I hear from Shamrock's boys that you funded their rackets?
We haven't given them any money. No, we haven't spoken with them at all.
Corruption will not be allowed in my city.
Which is good because we're not corrupt.
What do you mean? If I even get a hint of corruption, I will be mad.
Good luck with that.
We want you to root out any corruption that you see. We abhor all corruption.
Yeah.
But I would like it on the record that the mayor is not an alcoholic. Hey buddy.
It's in the office. You have to search the alcohol. I burned down the alcohol because
Can you bring me?
I didn't know that it would destroy everything if I burned down. Alcohol is flammable.
You burned down?
I burned all the evidence. But if he's done it on one alcohol brewery,
We're still assuming that you're.
the mayor is an alcoholic. Do we want an alcoholic running our city? Probably not.
It's not the first
I feel like the
politician,
alcoholism
right?
is a small part of this, and the investment is a big part of this.
I'm more disturbed by the alcoholism personally.
I'm disturbed by the funding of crime in the city. I'm just a policeman. You know, I've got my own weird things.
With gang activities on the rise, tension with the police increases, forcing some unexpected decisions.
So if we build the children's home, with the charity fund we set up, we give lots of money to the various charities in the area. I think you'll be setting up your house in the country.
For a small extra donation of $5, the police will look the other way if we go and visit our friends at this warehouse here. Just for a friendly chat. So if we've got the funds for an extra charity,
We're wondering if maybe there's some science hidden away in that.
yeah, because we need to keep our scientist friend happy because we're about to run out of credit.
But he is also supposed to be producing us some mega weapons, so that'll help with the children's home, certainly.
The city police have acquiesced to our right to have C-13 for police. We've got that signed by the captain. We will also...
We're taking all of the zones in this corner.
The police go rate C8 because they need less taking action, making a stand.
That one, okay.
Why can't they raid?
Because the Lithuanians will actually fight back. They need an easy win. Which we've offered in massive goodwill and the C-13 expansion.
As tension mounts all over the city, one of the vigilantes decides to take extreme measures.
Chrissy, what are you doing?
I'm kidnapping the mayor.
Are the police letting anyone to town hall? Everybody.
while I wouldn't
So
have
that was
personally...
not her position, right? So she's not mad.
While I wouldn't have taken the action she did until I had hard evidence, I am somewhat concerned that the stories like because if we can uncover some evidence, we can put him in trial.
That's what I've been looking for since the beginning of the game, but nobody seems able to give me evidence.
No, I know. It's almost as though it's a corrupt judiciary.
Seriously, I need some evidence. Who's going to give it to me?
Some vigilante swooped in to the mayor.
Yeah.
Luckily, the deputy mayor stepping in.
Yeah, now we have to decide the fee. State mayor.
If you're watching this back, Andy, whatever's said, it's not personal. No, we can't waste money getting the mayor. He's on his own. I mean,
don't we need to ask the deputy mayor what he wants to do?
Yes, it's really up to the deputy mayor. Only kidding, Andy. We're doing everything we can. We're out of a fundraiser to get you out.
Commissioner, is there anything you want your police to do about the kidnapping?
Well, we've deployed detectives in the area to investigate the incident. How are things going in the northwest?
Well, it was yeah, good. I mean, we had problems with City Hall sending a scientist to us that then conducted some illegal robberies and stole scientific resources, which I spoke to you about.
City Hall
Deputy Mayor. Yeah.
Is there any reason to suspect that it's involved with the, related to this kidnapping?
I mean, we have not been given any sort of indication that we should be looking into kidnapping, so we haven't looked into it. If we'd like us to, obviously we can.
I mean, any evidence that you can produce that relates to the matter would be greatly appreciated. In terms of this theft, are you looking to apprehend the individual?
I mean, we could attempt to do that if you would like us to.
I think if he's committed a crime, he should be brought in.
Okay.
Brought to justice. So
we are. I mean, the problem is going to be the resources. Are you going to commit some resources to bringing down the dangerous body power?
Absolutely. If we can spare the forces, we'll certainly serve some.
So Zod there, talking with people, doing mayorly things, and suddenly, bam, open the door, grab, stuck out, now I'm stuck in a cage somewhere. Not even good Wi-Fi here.
Meanwhile, the cash-strapped police of East Precinct try to solve their funding problems by cooperating with a local gang on a bank raid.
It's 140.
Do you want to tell us how much is this?
140. No, yeah, 140.
Okay, well we cut the scientist out because he was not needed.
Just conducted a bank robbery, wiped the place clean. The police helped us, they joined in, and then hid their own involvement. But they beforehand signed a contract with us saying that both them and us were involved in the operation. We had agreed we were going to destroy it after the operation. I'm not going to attempt to steal said contract so that we can get it to the federal government so the police get hung to dry.
I'm not here, he's just pulling out a document.
It's a signed and valid.
Signed and valid what?
There's a document signed by both sides. The full detail of this is a bank robbery operation between Koge Tech with a number of off-the-books of our law enforcement, of our security firms under the approval of the feds, and the East Precinct Police to rob a bank. Koge Tech is the head of our security division. He was told by the police that this was a sting operation. On site, it was quite clearly just a bank robbery, so that's what he turned over.
So as far as we understand,
No official record.
as far as we understand, the operation was designed to prove that Kogi Teki was involved in criminal exercise, and our aim of this operation was for them to deliver the evidence they were involved in this operation to the feds, which they have just done. You've seen a signed affidavit by a member of their gang that they were involved
We've
with
got witnesses, we've got the word of a federal agent that a crime has happened.
So a criminal got involved in a sting, got caught by a sting, then said, I've been caught by a sting, arrest the people who've just stung me. What is going on here?
And informant has confirmed. So
I think we should be arresting the gang members involved in the actual bank robbery itself.
there's discrepancy in the reported recovered
It's the 1920s.
funds.
Paper was going everywhere. Like, I'm sure if we did a deep dive, we could probably find more evidence of this. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm very alarmed that you guys are not actually picking up the criminals who are robbing the bank, but instead picking up the policemen involved in the sting. So I would request you guys to please have this trial, but pick up the actual criminals instead of...
Are you giving your full support to these two officers who are potentially corrupt?
As soon as I see actual evidence that these officers, we were informed of this operation has gone under our thing, so the only thing I'm alarmed at is the idea that there may be discrepancy in funds.
Okay.
fair play. But the bigger thing is to pick up the criminals and rob the bank.
Can you double check if the evidence is sufficient to bring a charge against the police? If it's,
can you just pick up the criminals involved?
To shock another police officer who was not in on it and have covered it up, we have witnesses from our men who were on the scene.
You know where is that police officer that has disappeared?
I don't know where they disappeared to, but we can give you his, face and I think maybe a name, and you can follow that up.
So basically they want to reward the same guys that we want to bust. And it seems to be the case that if that guy who is missing, we can somehow retrieve him.
He's not missing, he's dead.
With the mayor finally returned safely, City Hall starts to make decisions about who they are willing to work with.
I'm in my office again. I still have both ears and most of my limbs, so it's going to be fine.
Okay, very good. As long as you can sign checks, that's good.
Okay.
No, this is my submission for the Firefly Award.
Yep.
For the ultimate anti-crime device. Some of this information is classified,
so certainly we'll certainly keep it. But it's the submission we'll review and we'll go through and we'll make a decision on which one.
Yes. Just know that we do have the support for more than half the police departments, and you can talk to any of the ones listed, and they will.
We'll certainly use that.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So they're going to make gambling not a thing. I'm not 100% sure if I want to do.
Ladies and gentlemen of the city, the police department takes a very dim view of the recent events taken out by the so-called vigilantes in the city. The Department of Police in the region will be looking to apprehend any so-called vigilante that is acting against the public good. We will be looking especially for the villain by night who contributed to the recent kidnapping of the mayor and any other individuals who are causing trouble in this city. Thank you very much.
In response to the declaration, the other vigilantes decide to do something about Hero by Night, the vigilante responsible for kidnapping the mayor.
As long as she's not on the central map where the police hate me, I'm going to follow her to whatever map she goes to and try and apprehend her. Can I count on yours? The Gangsters on it. Can I count on your support? Awesome.
I think she's acting for the best of intentions.
I think she needs to be brought into the feds and made to account for her actions, and then we'll just leave it up to the justice.
She has been the biggest source of chaos and disorder thus far.
Exactly. And she's got all of us branded as criminals.
Absolutely. Arrested by
if it's us that arrests her, that makes sense.
It should be one of us.
Yeah, all of us.
It should be us that do it.
In the northwest of the city, the El Hombres gang are considering how to strike back against the aggressive measures of their local police.
We should definitely kill the captain, seriously.
Just provoke.
They're already provoked. They're just constantly coming after us. They're going to attack us again this round. We need to take them out. Well, one of them out and show them consequences.
But it won't do from a sort of police perspective. We'll just irritate them.
Yeah, but I think we should. We've not been irritating them so far. We don't like them. And all they're doing is coming after us. Look, they're planning right now. They're plotting right now. We've got money to take one of them out. See, look. Let's kill him.
Suddenly, all eyes in the city are directed skyward.
So a huge rocket was launched from 13th and Vernon during the turn, caused an enormous amount of damage to 13th and Vernon, disappeared into space. It is claimed that this thing went to the moon. All we know is that several hours later, there was a massive meteor shower just outside City Hall in the water, which lasted about 5 minutes. Bits of material have since been washed up on the shoreline alongside City Hall with the name Scott Enterprises.
Well, surely the inventor should be claiming loud and clear responsibility.
I'm sure he
Who was responsible?
Yeah, we did! We alerted the press that Scott Enterprises are cowards, liars, traitors, fools, cheats, inbred, moronic morons who have no claim to any invention in this fair city.
Mr. Vector is jealous of my employer's great scientific prowess with the launch of a successful moon mission.
Your moon
He's so envious.
In their attempts to investigate the happenings within the city, the feds continue to fish for information from local gangs.
How what do you know about these guys? Why do they want to get the vigilantes so bad? Looks like they're hiding something.
Because they're massively corrupt. This is what I'm saying.
Nice, tell me about
the
it.
Chinese community, as represented by my husband, a tireless worker for the good of the Chinese people, has been forced to pay the local police officers every month.
Right.
Or they'll come in and smash up our businesses, shut down our cultural events.
The big guys. What do you have in the big guys?
What I can give you is on the little guys, but I can tell you they're shady as hell. They would probably flip in a second on the big guys.
Local police approached the henchmen of the scientist allegedly responsible for the recent rocket launch.
We are, in the name of the law, arresting you for breaking and entering and theft. Okay. We have here scientists in Longoria who we believe to have committed a crime of breaking and entering in the Northwest Precinct. We have here evidence that he was found committing theft at the Northwest Brewery. We also have a witness who was a night watchman who recalls seeing some matches in the description.
It's not theft, Your Honour, I was acting on the instructions of the city.
No, we actually...
Oh, that's very interesting to know. Can you please elaborate?
Not anymore in open court. They get me out of this dock.
That's interesting.
We called the police commissioner at the time of this, and he said,
Let's have a chat.
criminal activity.
Well, the mayor will say
I'm going to have a chat with this guy.
Okay.
He seems to be having a sidebar. Okay, but I need to know what the hell's going on. This is what I suspect. So you're working on a mind-controlling device, not to help these guys control crime, but to help these guys renew their mandate in the town hall. Is it correct?
I'm not saying anything further without a written immunity pledge from the authority general.
I can get it to you, but you better give me something.
I've got enough to completely blow open City Hall, but I want a written immunity pledge first.
What are you proposing he grants you immunity on?
So, my only crimes today are only crimes because it turns out that while I believed I was working for the city government in an official legal capacity, further evidence presented to me by law enforcement agents has revealed that in fact he was acting outside his authority and is corrupt. So I'm willing to testify on all of those activities in exchange for immunity from all charges relating to my work with the deputy mayor. Okay, so how it's gone down essentially is we were approached at the start of the year by Deputy Mayor Tortellini.
Take notes of everything.
The Deputy Mayor stated his intent to run for mayor at the end of the year, which is terribly unusual, and advised that he needed some help with that. I mentioned certain rays that I've been working on with therapeutic applications. It was his proposal to use that to transmit messages into the mind of the electorate to persuade them.
You see, we were right!
Alright, you're right. He provided us with various supplies from city stores and also instructed various police departments to cooperate with us. We secured the various bits and pieces, built the ray, it was driven itself from City Hall, and the ray was employed. I gather it did trigger some civil unrest. As I say, we had warned him that it probably wasn't ready for field use like that, but we thought we were doing a civic service.
Is this what the rocket was?
No, the rocket is actually, to considerable surprise, nothing to do with us.
Okay.
The plan to bring down the deputy mayor encounters a few issues.
I think it would be a bit premature to hold a trial that involves accusations against the deputy mayor whilst we don't know the whereabouts of the deputy mayor.
I think this guy sounds like he's being mind controlled.
No, because the deputy mayor's still kidnapped. The deputy mayor's still being kidnapped, so bear in mind there's a key part of the whole indictment. We need to wait.
I've been informed verbally that you have received payment for your execution. What do you want us to do? We can sit on it, we can say it failed. How do you want us to proceed? Get these guys.
Entrapment, okay.
My chief, our chairman of the board is willing to go on the record that they approached and paid our head of security. So he will be a federal witness to this. Because he was there when it happened. Our chief of security will also stand up and say, yes, I was paid.
Who would we be prosecuting? Who would you be prosecuting? Secret.
I think you might find that the negotiations are about to come to fruition. The deputy mayor is about to be released.
crime. What's more important? My assassination. It's all connected. So this goes to the top.
Do you want to have a chat with us in private before something goes wrong?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because obviously, police officers are just paid to execute a city official.
This is the worst.
This is a concern. I mean, you know, the East Precinct just hired us to assassinate him. Stop saying that.
I know.
We're not going to.
I know. That's nice.
So again, why do they want you out? Is that related to a mind-reading device or something like that?
You keep asking me that, but I've got no idea what you're talking about.
A Japanese gentleman approaches you. Play the card.
So send in.
His colleague is making a joke do it.
That's it. He pops outside for a cigarette and doesn't come back. Crazed Japanese swordsman hits him in public.
So who becomes the judge? Yikes!
Come with me.
Okay.
And
it's nice knowing you guys.
He's spent. Yeah, he's put it back
All
in
that money spent on hats.
Yep.
Sorry.
Any last words?
I'm there. Hey, that was fun.
That's why there was the stop.
It was a bit late at that point. Me and Dan have been working with the police on this.
You are aware that was all a stick operation?
You didn't say don't assassinate the judge, you said do his thing.
No one says.
Well, then what did you say?
I said get the evidence and then drop.
I thought it was fairly apparent to not kill the fucking judge when I'm in a meeting with him.
Well, we didn't know that until we
discussing the assassination.
We didn't know that until we sent the assassin. Right.
Hang on.
That's as good as in a great piece.
You've been talking to the police, haven't you?
Yes.
Is there any scientists in the police? That would explain you misinterpreting my words.
Ah, which scientist?
Oh, fuck.
I see where this is going.
I need to arrest this guy.
No, we need to. There are those two.
Hold it.
Hang on, because this has gotten worse.
This has gone really worse. Tell him.
Go on. Right, what's happened is my boss has been mind controlled by a scientist working with two corrupt cops in East District to go ahead with the assassination that we had been paid for but were holding on so that we could get them arrested. They instead mind controlled him into saying yes, and that's why the assassination happened. So those two cops have access to mind control tech and are using it to further their own position. Shit. So they need to be arrested now.
Fucked up my instructions.
All I heard was keep doing what the police said. Yeah, that's the general we both heard.
We do what the feds are saying.
Oh!
That's what I said.
Right, we don't talk to the feds. Why do you assume we heard that?
Because I actually said that.
Are you sure you said police or them?
Don't say police.
We both thought you meant.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But John. Brilliant recovery. See why I assumed it was a lie? I think it made it all the more believable.
There's a brief interruption with the announcement of a new scientific award from City Hall.
We are awarding the Firefly Award for Future Development and a Heart for Science to Dr. Gagunsula for the
Ladies, gentlemen, and lizardmen of Big City. Hi, I'm Emil Gargunza. It's Gargunza, thank you. Professor Emil Gargunza. Of my own faculty, of my own invention, I provided the police with a wonderful new weapon, the Valhalla cannon. It is a non-lethal water cannon. You can see it being demonstrated with that man. Oh, there he goes. Okay. It's called the Valhalla cannon because, as in Norse mythology, he will get up at the end of it. And there are more projects in store. Big things. Great things. So all of those who you thought, because I was being quiet for this year so far, that I had nothing in me, well, you'll see. Yes, there are big things in store.
Fake science!
And we are
big things.
City Hall is taking care that science is not going rogue, but used for the good of this city and bringing forward our agenda for hygiene and for hygiene and against crime, and I think the water cannon is a good thing to do that. And
we shall wash the crime from our streets.
With the assassination of the city's previous chief judge, the feds moved to make their arrest of the new chief judge.
Is he under arrest? Has he been charged with an offence?
Yes, he has.
What is my offence? He's been charged with an offence.
Mind controlling people. Mind controlling.
Can I introduce the federal judge?
What's he charged with?
Mind control is what I've heard so far.
Mind control?
Yeah, this is a joke. This is
charged with the assassination of the judge. That's what he's charged with. What you're saying, in legal terms, is that he procured the murder of Judge Jeffries, previous judge.
So a confession of a federal protected witness.
A criminal.
A federal protected witness who is confessing that he built a mind-controlling device.
I witnessed this man giving $30 from his funds to this man.
We have evidence that the new chief judge has given a large amount of money to a known hitman shortly before the current judge was assassinated.
So your witness is a hitman.
Hang on. That is certainly powerfully circumstantial.
This man approached me in his police sergeant and offered me $30 organising him with a judge that he can take his place. I conferred with my associates, was under my control, helped me to organise hiring him, so on to perform this deed. I believe it's part of a sting operation, but it appears that due to my control, it went wrong and it ended up being real.
We have a science testimony from the guy who created the mind control ray.
Oh, can we see this then?
Yes, you can.
So you can look at 3 cards and change them for a different colour. The cues, so you put in $50, so you can look at 2 cards and replace them with ones of your choice.
No, don't want to replace those.
Or you could threaten the jury.
How do I do that?
You got a mobster or hitman?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I might. I want to replace this one.
By a random draw, this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, so.
Pick a card, any card.
Pick a card, any card. Yeah, and put it face up, I think.
Ah.
Oh!
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
We place up the 3 cards with cards of his choice. This is you directing the jury.
Okay. These 3 look pretty dodgy.
I've heard
so
compelling evidence here today.
This is outrageous. Outrageous.
Oh yeah. Right now. It's either incarceration or death.
Right. Obviously, these very serious matters. After careful consideration and cooperation with the feds, yes, prison. Somebody take him away. Get him out of my court.
I'll have my revenge.
Yes.
With the judge's trial over, the attention of the city turns to the upcoming election as various individuals begin their campaigns for positions in City Hall.
We just don't want any more corruption. We want to do things the old-fashioned way.
What's the old-fashioned way?
Less old-fashioned.
You want to clean up the city and it's supported by the feds, nominated by Captain Freedom and Film
I was trying to get them to go away, go to other people.
See, we need them gone. They are the troublemakers in this city.
Yes, they are.
Under your leadership, I imagine, no more of this nonsense. No more costumes in this city. Here's hoping.
Just science and legitimate business.
That's the way it should be.
Yes.
So I am running for mayor to bring down corruption.
With the new judge now incarcerated, the deputy mayor, in the middle of his re-election campaign, is brought to trial.
What are the charges?
This man has conspired. He's in a conspiration with that scientist, Antonio Nagoria, and this man conspired to buy and utilize, which he did, a mind-controlling device.
This is the confession of a federal protected witness, and he's basically confessing that he developed and sold this mind-controlling device to this man.
There is evidence to suggest that you committed a crime in the northwest area, and there is also evidence to suggest that this man ordered you to be there. Are you willing to say that was the case, just so we can have a clear piece of evidence? Yes.
I was there on the deputy mayor's instructions.
So the evidence we have is a signed confession from you saying that, and presumably you can provide blueprints for this ray, this mind control ray that this man instructed you to use on the populace. Yeah.
I think I know what this one's going to be as well. And guilty.
I mean, I'm inclined to go with incarceration. I feel that this man is corrupt. I think he's been lucky to get off the previous charges, and I am inclined for the book at him.
As the political situation in the city heats up, the scientific world also comes to a head as the scientists begin finalising their astounding and outlandish inventions.
My mole machine. I've got to be seen driving it.
giant massive robot rampaging across here and a war machine coming up there.
I'd just like to say, you, the Reagan boys, killed my assistant. She was very helpful. And now you will feel the power of Gargunza. You disgusting, big-brained, googly-eyed ape.
So what we're doing is we're going to go back in time, arrest her mid-crime. You're going to shoot her with a paralysing ray.
I'll use the phone ray.
You're the driver. I'll be waiting here with the press and all the cops we can muster, and then she'll be arrested, and then we're going to figure out, are there two of her at the present time now, or did we just manage to arrest the past her?
Okay, let's deal with that later.
Yeah, let's roll up. This is Shamrocks and a tank with a death ray with missiles blowing up this area. Well, what's the anti-that lot? Police. There's 3 police defending there.
As the election approaches, the El Hombres gang takes a quick break to consider their thoughts about some of the candidates.
Children in 8-year-olds are going kicking over things. They think they don't like big Dandy doesn't play with.
I don't like it, I'm breaking it for you.
It's not mine, I'm breaking it. Me and Dandy didn't give me enough attention. Unbelievable. I've got to that difficult age. Great stick.
Think of the psychological problems.
I will say that in court.
Yeah, they have to dress up, come out and do these things. They just shouldn't be allowed. The city's doing nothing about it. Yeah. And all these MPs,
We're gangsters.
No one would notice.
We're gangsters.
More gangsters.
Gangsters?
Peace.
No,
Sorry, business. We're businesses.
Business and concerned citizens, really.
Local cooperative business association. Yeah, cooperative, definitely the word there.
Yeah. In fact, the police have been quite useless as well.
You can't laugh at that.
Yeah. Anyway,
someone shot you, I don't know who.
As the end of the game nears, the election begins at City Hall.
Right, first of all, Commissioner of Police, there is only one nominee. Patrick O'Hare is re-elected unopposed. Okay, secondly, there are 3 candidates for the post of judge. Firstly, we have the incumbent judge, Jeffries Jr., not to be confused with the dead judge of the same name. Secondly, we have Captain Watkins of North Precinct. Where is he? Make yourself known. Captain Watkins of North, there you are. Right, and thirdly, we have Gunzuko Buzin of East District, who some allege... Central District, sorry, right, that's him. Okay, so come up here, please. So these are the 3 candidates. I am going to ask everybody to vote, and I'm going to call the votes by section. Okay, 2, 3, 3, 24.
I think we're done.
That's it, folks, we're done. Right, Deputy Mayor. The candidates are Greta Lombard, otherwise known as Hero by Night. Captain Diaz from HQ. Martha Smith. I hereby declare this office Martha Smith elected. Right, now this is the big one. This is the mayor. Right, the candidates are, and can you come up as I call you? Sergeant Kent Clarkson. Sergeant Kent Clarkson. Make yourself known. He's one candidate. Number 2, we have ordinary citizen Brian Dover, who is revealing himself as the Ghost. We have Deputy Mayor Tortellini. Yes. 3. We have Cold Eyes Lepakis from Central. We have the incumbent mayor, Rufus T. Firefly. He's popular. We have ordinary citizen Kay Francis, otherwise known as Captain Freedom. And we have someone who used to be a sergeant and used to be a judge and is now an inmate of the state penitentiary. His name is Blue. They are the candidates. That was a close election. Mayor Rufus T. Firefly came narrowly second to the winner. I hereby declare the new mayor of this great city to be Kay Francis, aka Captain Freedom.
Hold on, the thing happened. Where's the Commissioner? Yes. Action.
As the new re-elected Commissioner of the Police Services of this great city, it is my great pleasure to take into custody Mayor Captain Freedom for crimes against the city, for the murder of police officers.
Suddenly, an explosion encompasses the whole of City Hall, and everyone standing for election is caught in the blast.
With the election over and the survivors recovered from the wreckage, life in the big city continues, eventful as ever.
We have reasons to believe that there is something going on which is illegal. I want to stop a bloodbath. So these 5 forces are standing here, just making sure nobody's shooting no one. And this is the evidence of police corruption that I've got from these guys. So nobody's shooting these guys.
What are you doing? This is outrageous. This is ridiculous.
Police raid attempted to arrest me, failed to get through my security, then a vigilante backflipped into my office, kidnapped me, took me away, and sold me to the Chinese. So I'm now stuck as that thin blue line in the barbershop, waiting to see what happens.
He's being treated very well. He's being treated to a nice shave. The quality of barbering over there is just not as good as it is here.
Some information has come to light. Initial police investigations have laid the atrocity of City Hall, the catastrophe at City Hall, at the feet of a low-life, immoral street gang called the Hombres.
Well, while I appreciate the comfy chairs, gentlemen, I don't really appreciate being taken away from my duties.
Well,
what is your business with me?
Long story short, we work for, I think, Captain Freedom now.
I see.
We've been declared officially chief and forever best scientists of the City of Shadows, and therefore we are acting in the public interest to arrest you because there's a warrant out for your arrest issued by Captain Freedom. Welcome to the big luxury underground cave lab.
Oh wow! Oh my god, it looks so much nicer on the inside.
It does. We understand there's a warrant for
As
this man's arrest.
your request, as a vigilante and a mayor, we have captured the villainous commissioner.
With that, another year in the city was over. A rogue vigilante had been elected to office, judges were killed, convicted and appointed. Some gangs strengthened their relationship with the authorities whilst others fought back. Meanwhile, scientists had brought their myriad of exotic and awe-inspiring machines to the streets and the skies. City of Shadows was a fun and colourful game full of excitement, politics and bizarre events and characters. I'd like to send my thanks to everyone who came along for making the game possible. I'd also like to thank Brian Cameron and Jim Wallman for their work on creating and running the game, and everyone else on the game's control team for their efforts. Thank you also to Petra for being my camera operator. Thanks for watching.